Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect M-Shep Paragon Edition. I'm staring at a camera. Anyways, before we go and talk to Joker, I just want to do a little exploration of the ship. I think there's just a little bit we can do here. This is a room off of the hospital area. Doesn't really have much purpose at this moment. I get some Medigel back, which is useful when I'm depleted, like I am with Femshep. And I can talk to
Commander.
Ashley. Where'd she go? There she is. No, that's Dr. Schaack.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Personal questions. Tell me about you, Doctor.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Maybe it's their piercing eyes.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I really like Dr. Schaack. I like just about everyone. Oh, look. Those are some nice things. I like just about everybody on board here. There's Ashley. I missed her before.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Ashley. A lot of people don't like her for reasons that will become apparent later on. But I just can't stand Caden personally.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
I don't know, maybe he's better playing as M-Shep. What's in this room? Is this... yeah, Captain Anderson's room.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Sure thing, Captain. This ship... this version of this ship brings back so many memories. Let's see, there isn't anything back this way, just a couple people chatting. Don't have much to say, I guess. Have we talked to everyone? It seems like we have. At least up here. Got a few other places we can go to. This elevator, and it is an elevator, it often causes me to fail, so I'm going to save pretty much whenever I start to go down there. That way I won't lose much data. If you see any weird skips or something, then you'll know that I've frozen up. Alright. Let's head on down. This is the slowest elevator in the history of elevators ever elevating anything for elevation. It is slower than slow. Now that you've seen that, I might just skip all the rest of them. Crew inventory and stuff is down here. There's a few really interesting things down here. This guy, who I'll talk to in a minute. There's the Mako. Put that information in our codex. We'll see a lot more information about that later on. Basically, that's our thing that makes us go on off-world tours. I can equip Ashley or Caden here, and I'll wait to do that until I know exactly what's going on. Normally you'll find Ashley down in this area, but for now she's up in the mess like she said she'd be. So I'm gonna head down here where we can talk to our engineer.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander. Shame about Jenkins,
Yep, we heard.
Commander.
Checking all of these things gives you experience, so that's always good. You actually level up by talking to people, which makes it, a good idea to go and talk to people. Alright, so there's that. There's not an awful lot to do down here, but talk to this Alliance Requisitions Officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
What are licenses?
Oops.
Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell... Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, so now we can take a look at what we've got. We don't have much money, though. So a lot of these good items, like these ones at the top, we're not going to get for a long time. So let's go down towards the bottom and see what we've got. Get Medigel upgrade. We can get an extra Medigel. Grenade upgrade. That's a pretty good one. Not going to be getting any of those. Let's see, these are to sell. This is to buy back things that you've already sold. So I'm actually going to go and do a bunch of equipping and stuff off screen so that I can maximize damage and profit and so on. And I'll be right back. Alright, looks like I've gotten just about everything I can do. So I'm going to head back up. Alright, we're back up. And, already talked to everyone on this floor. Let's head up to the command floor. Make sure that we're all ready for... I'm not sure what they call these floors, actually. I mean, this isn't quite the bridge. This is pretty much the command deck.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Yep, that's true. Nav manual. Interesting. Not sure if I've seen that one before. Which is odd because you'd think that I would see it. But I saw something. I saw something. What was it? Oh well, I'll find it later. Probably just more codex stuff. Caden's downstairs, so I can just get stuck here, I guess.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Sounds like Turian.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Udina is not my favorite character in this game. He's a little hard to deal with sometimes. Often. All the time. Alright, important locations are on the map. So we now actually have a map. And we're now at the Citadel. Easy description, let's try it. X, or circle, square. There we go. Just experience stuff for the journal. Alright, so now that we're at the Citadel, I feel like it's time to just relax at this view. I'll see you guys next time.